investigation into the procurement of Sputnik-V. Parliament constituted a bipartisan committee, and we finished our work. We brought the report to the plenary, debated, and today the question has been put. It means that the report of the committee has been adopted by the House. All this while, we have been of the strong conviction that the President, His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, would have done the needful. From all indications, it looks as though the President hasn't heard anything and he hasn't seen anything. And therefore, we as members of Parliament, especially on the minority side, by Article 82, will come by a motion. In fact, we filed a motion, and we've gotten the required signatories to have to pass a vote of censure, so that probably the minister will be asked to stay away from the ministry because we find him incompetent. I mean, serious indictments were leveled against him per the report, and some of which includes the fact that the transaction between the state and Ahmed Al Maktoum was of international nature, and he ought to have come to Parliament for prior approval. It is clearly captured in the report. Again, the procurement of Sputnik-V, he was also supposed to have the prior approval of the Board of the Public Procurement Act. He didn't do so, contrary to sections 40 and 41. He didn't do so. As you also remember, those of you who followed the committee, the Adhoc Committee, it was also established that the ex-factory price of the vaccine was less than $10, and the state had to buy it at $19 per dose. That was dishonesty. Again, he appeared before the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health before entering into such an agreement. At the said meeting, he made it clear to the committee that the budget for the Sputnik-V was $10 per dose. And so, again, under oath, he told the committee that no payment whatsoever was made. After the investigation, it was found out that about $2.850 million, which is presently around 8 to 9 million Ghana cedis, has been paid to Ahmed Al Maktoum. Clearly, he lied under oath, which for me is perjury. And therefore, the reason why we have filed a motion to pass a vote of censure, so that the minister will have nothing to do with the Ministry of Health. I thank you for the opportunity.
Honorable, some say that you don't have the required number.
You know, this is Parliament. And if indeed we are working in the interest of the country, we are 275. I think that even those on the other side, which is the majority people, should support us. They should be able to support us in the interest of our democracy. Because from all intents and purposes, looking at the behavior and the composure of the president, especially when he was joking with such a serious matter, when he went into the minister's region, he's not going to fire the man. And therefore, we are an independent arm of government, and we must act as such, irrespective of where you find yourself in the House.
Thank you. The report of your committee recommended. Thank you very much for your question. In fact, I say thank you very much for your question. The answer to the question is very simple. We know that ministers are nominated, they are vetted by a parliamentary committee, and approved by Parliament before appointment. In the same vein, the Constitution in Article 82 gives a ground to a minister that has been vetted, approved by Parliament, and consequentially appointed to be removed by Parliament. And the procedure for the removal of such minister is clearly spelled out in Article 82. First, there must be a motion, and the motion must state clearly the grounds or the basis of the vote of censure. And then the Constitution states clearly that you need 1/3 of the members signing that particular motion. And in this case, we've gone beyond the 1/3 to have 137 members signing the motion. Now, by constitutional imperative, if the grounds are cogent and are debated, then you need 2/3 of all members of parliament present and voting to be able to carry out the motion. So nobody in his right senses can say that the committee's report having been adopted means that other consequential steps cannot be taken. That one, the person is having, with all due respect, a blurred view of the law, because the law is spelled out. Now, if the committee's report is not adopted, what then will be the basis of bringing the motion for censure? Because the grounds, the breach of the Constitution, the breach of the procurement, the perjury, and all those things, that constitute the ground for the motion under Article 82 are spelled out in the committee's report that has been adopted by Parliament, and it is now a report of Parliament. So based on that particular report, 1/3 of members can file an application that a vote of censorship be passed on the minister, and that is what exactly is happening.
The allegation of bad faith?
Yes. We refute the allegation of bad faith.
Okay. So there is nothing like bad faith here. It is procedural that after the committee's work, we must debate it and say the report must be adopted by the House. That is where we are now. Today, the question has been put. So the next steps should follow based on the content of the report. So there's nothing like bad faith. Absolutely nothing. I don't know where he's getting this from.